Welcome on in, guys. Three bold takes, and we are back again with some more predictions. I believe it's week 11 of the college
Yeah.
football season. But before we do that, we want to thank our partner SeatGeek for giving us a discount code to save you guys $20 off your first purchase. That code is three bold takes. Again, three bold takes, all spelled out for $20 off your first purchase. So thanks SeatGeek for sponsoring the channel.
All right, guys, we're going to kick it off today with our video on South Carolina versus Missouri. Game's going to be in Columbia, South Carolina, not Columbia, Missouri. Game's going to be at 3:15. The Cox are favored by 12 points over the backups for Missouri. Guys, what do you think about this? Do you think Drink and his dream of a 10-2 season and an outside shot at the playoffs are done? Or do the Tigers get a big road win over South Carolina and kind of ruin Cockvember, as they're calling it?
Freddie, hold on. Let's sit in silence for just a moment after he just said what he said, because that was insane. But I'm going to take it away because Missouri has no shot because they've lost the only two meaningful games on their schedule by 31 plus points in both games. Coming into the season, Missouri wasn't a good team. They were overblown. They were thought too highly of. They were elevated to a pedestal that they were never ever going to be able to accomplish. They were not a good team. Anyway, that also doesn't tell you that they don't have their. I believe Brady Cook is still out with an injury. If not, he's still harboring one from a few weeks ago. And then Noel has been battling injuries on and off as well. They beat Oklahoma last week on a late touchdown, and yes, Drinkwitz got on. And that's why I just hate. Look, you know what? Who even cares about this game? That's why I just can't stand Drake. Guys, we have an outside shot at the playoff. Brother, you're 21st with like 2 games to go. 23rd, my bad, after the playoff rankings. You're 23rd with probably another loss on your schedule this weekend. And for me, I'm going to go for it. And I can't stand either of these teams. I don't like Beamer. I don't like South Carolina. However, South Carolina is playing some very good ball, and they've shown that they are a really good offensive team and might have just saved Shane Beamer's job because I would have kicked Shane Beamer out in the offseason. But I love Lenore Sellers, Rocket Sanders, Raheem Sanders. Um, has been a phenomenal running back for him this season. But Lenore Sellers, once he can get some more like just off-season work into him, that's easily Jalen Milrow. That is Jalen Milrow by far. Kid can move. He can fly. He's also got a huge arm. He's just got to get a couple more things up under him when it comes to the offseason. But I love what he's doing. They were very close before he got knocked out in the LSU game. They were very close in the Alabama game that they lost. This is a very good South Carolina team. Let's not get it wrong. And they just absolutely dominated America's team this past weekend in Vanderbilt. RIP Vandy. Anyway, South Carolina at home. I'm taking it. This is an insane spread, but I'm taking it. I think South Carolina covers in this one. Fred?
I don't think this spread's as insane as you make it seem like. I think South Carolina is a much better football team. They're playing better, and let's not forget here they're a botched onside kick. Well, they did get the onside kick recovery. They're a botched, field goal away and a couple of blown calls away from being a one-loss team right now and being ranked in the top 5. So, let's not keep that let's not forget that, okay? Missouri, on the other hand, both of their losses have been blowouts, not even close. Very disappointing year for Missouri. Give me South Carolina to win, and I think they cover the spread of 12. According to ESPN, they have a 70% chance to win. You normally don't see numbers like that, and teams don't cover spreads. So give me South Carolina to win and to cover the spread. Very, very impressed with what Beamer's been able to do so far in his tenure there. And I hope that this launches them into next year and beyond in an even better state than where they're at right now. Don't know what the schedule may look like next year, but it's gonna be fun to watch them the next couple years. I have a feeling.
Yeah, straight up. Lenore Sellers doesn't get hurt. They beat LSU,
Yep.
right? They just fell out of the heck. They should have beat LSU even though he did get hurt. But I'm not going to get into that like blindside block flag from September. Okay, that's long gone. Um, man, South Carolina, like they blow out Texas A&M at the start of the month. Then they blow out they blow out Vandy last week. Missouri has not looked great. Yeah, yeah, you good job. Y'all beat Oklahoma with your backups off some of the craziest flukiest plays I've ever seen. You stay alive for another week. Your backups are not going to be good enough to beat this South Carolina defense. It's just not. It's not. And South Carolina's offense is going to have its way. And South Carolina is going to get their third double-digit victory of the month. They're going to win another game by 20 plus points this weekend. Then they'll win against Wofford next weekend by 20 plus points. And they will have 4 20 plus point victories in November, heading into what will eventually be their win over Clemson in the Palmetto Bowl. I'm calling it right now. We're 3 weeks away. South Carolina is going to win every single game in November. They own the month of November. Shane Beamer deserves an apology from Chase, straight up. This man has dominated in the month of November. I don't know what else you want from the guy. If he can get over the hump of the front half of the season, this man could be stellar.
Yep.
That's why he's not stellar, is he can't get over the front half of the seasons. But this South Carolina team, man, if they could take what they are now and take that back to the beginning of the year, they could be. I know we're talking about like they could be a one-loss team. They could be an undefeated team because the big reason why they got blown out so bad by Ole Miss is they could not get off the starting block and they were behind so fast that they could not play their style of ball.
And
Like that's
if you have them beating LSU in that first game, we're probably looking at a 15th, 16th ranked South Carolina right now with the chance of making it to the playoffs on the back end.
yep,
So you're potentially talking about a South Carolina team that's in the playoffs.
yeah,
And I'll go a step further. This time, let's say they go through Quinn's plan of beating Clemson and all, you're probably looking at the first SEC team out of the playoffs in this team. I could say a 3-loss SEC team. You could be looking at that with the Gamecocks after a win over Missouri this week and then a win over Clemson as well.
yeah, and it's coming. They're gonna win. They're gonna win out all the way through November. And I don't. The Clemson game will probably be close because it's a rivalry game. But the rest of the Wofford and Missouri are going to be blowouts, like straight up.
Yeah,
This Missouri game could get really ugly really fast. Like I'm worried for. Frankly, I was a drink lover. I'm on board with you now, Chase. After that press conference this past weekend, I can't stand the guy. I cannot stand him.
no,
But
Missouri has won one good season every like 10 years. So they had it last season. Good for them. It's
They had
over
it in
now.
2014 where they played for the SEC title. So it
Uh-huh.
literally adds up once every 10 years.
yeah, so we'll see. But like I said, pretty boring video, I guess. We're all on board for South Carolina's just gonna just destroy Missouri this weekend. End all of the Missouri's gonna be a playoff team talk. Not happening. So give us all the Gamecocks. That being said, I've been Quinn, been joined by Freddie, Chase. Don't forget, use our code 3BoldTakes, get 20% off your first purchase with SeatGeek. We love using them. And we're out.